Boy, I can't believe that. Oh, my word. Ouch. This is a how not to run a video. So, I'll tell you what. I'll have to edit this out. Edit out the first bit. So, here are your scores from this week. I'm not repeating it. I already put too much time into it. My wife is... I don't know where I hit that. Oh, man, I wish I would have had this. I knew I should have had the comments up. Oh, it's been that kind of day, actually. All right. Yeah, I guess I did give you some stats. So, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the Cliff's Note version. Kansas City beats Jacksonville 20-13. Alex Smith with 2 touchdowns, one to Chris Conley, one to Jeremy Maclin. Defeat the Jaguars, which I believe makes Jacksonville 0-2 on the season. I think we already saw the... that's what I was mentioning. And maybe I will talk through that. That was the one I just played. It's freshest in my memory. 6 field goals for the Baltimore Ravens. Defeat Miami 18-13. And the story I was telling, which relates to penalties, is that Miami drew to 18-13 with about 2 minutes or actually a minute 50 left, right? Yeah, minute 50. Then they tried an onside kick and they recovered it. So they got it at their own 49 with about a minute 50 left. They then proceeded to take a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the next play, which dropped them back to their own 34, 1st and 25, repeat the down, and they even took a holding penalty after that. So it was a big, as far as that goes. I was a little bit upset about it because I felt like there was the opportunity after that onside kick, even though, hey, Miami is not my team, but they're actually they're one of the antitheses of the team that I like. But it was interesting to see them have a chance after recovering an onside kick, and it went to pot. So you saw the stats, you saw the standings, although I will just throw them up here again, the standings part of it at least. Kansas City... Here, I got to close out the chat window for it. Kansas City, Oakland, Tennessee, all 2-0. Then you've got Miami and Baltimore. They're each 1-1. And then you've got a bunch of teams looking for the first win. So I also said at least Buffalo is not in last place at the moment. So we have that, although they still have a game to drop. But next up, I want to talk about the following games in this season, or the ones that are going to come next, and I can't put my picture up there because it's going to cover that up. But Jacksonville will head to Charlotte to face the Panthers, an AFC East matchup. The Bills will try to squish the fish up at New Era Field, and then Tennessee will host the Ravens. Ravens trying to extend that those good vibes after beating the Dolphins, but Tennessee currently 2-0 will be a tough test. And then the Chiefs take their undefeated record to Soldier Field to try and get another put Chicago down again here. So also, well, these are not the updated cards. These are the bad cards. These are the ones that are severely lacking as far as at Basoccer goes. I got those. I've already done my adjustments, put the new ones in where the old ones were. And one other thing, and I'm going to have to do a video about this, which is a little more specific to this topic, because I made a big mistake when I was, well, it's not the biggest mistake in the world, but it's a mistake. So my ATBA soccer charts that I had made up, and actually just the way I was playing it, it was incorrect. I'm going to just pull the book out here and bring up the formation diagram. So you remember these charts here. I know they're backwards, but I made some abbreviated charts. Well, I messed up. This is actually the defending team's tactic, and then this is the offensive team's tactic. So once I saw that in the forum, someone was describing something, and then it just kind of like clicked. I was like, then the charts made a little more sense. They're not drastically different, but it made me wonder a couple of little things, which, but then someone else gave me another little bit of info about it, just not to take too long, but just to sort of wrap it up here. It doesn't really necessarily have to mean formation, and I tend to agree. I like that thought. It's more aggressive or offensive or attacking, if you want to say, is one. Like, so the 4-3-3, you would think of an attacking tactic. The 4-4-2 is sort of a middle of the road tactic, somewhat defensive, somewhat offensive. 4-5-1 is defensive. If you do that, you could set up your team in a 3-5-2, in a 4-4-2, 4-3-2-1. You could get specific about the, hi Dave, you could get specific about the formation. You could have it be general. You could do whatever you want. But if you were deciding that as a little team that you need to play a less possession tactic, you could play the quote-unquote 4-5-1 defense, or formation, if you will. And that's, again, sort of a defensive posture, and that will kind of do your thing, I think. I think that's true. So that's what I'm going to try, and my plan at the moment will be to play week 1 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season. I also have, part of me would like to randomize it. It's really not a tough thing to randomize that schedule and just play your own schedule, but we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, but that's my plan. I'd like to get out all these teams out and play them at least once. I also have a request from Juan Redman. He wanted me today to play an Arsenal game, and today has been one of the stranger days. I sometimes struggle with foot pain, and this morning and through probably early this afternoon, my ankle and foot were not in great shape. And I'll tell you, what's that? Motrin, whatever you want to call it, ibuprofen, does wonders. Now I'm also on something that is more for like gout, so that kind of helps too. But it's feeling like 10 times better right now than it did most of the day. So that's kind of why I came down here and decided to make this video, because I wanted to kind of get it out of the way. Might have some things going on. Well, I've got a Bills game to watch tomorrow. I'd like to watch the Belgian Grand Prix. Is an awesome Formula One race to watch. If you may not be into it, but that track, the first 4 turns, they're amazing. The cars head down this hill, and at the bottom there's like a bit of an S, and it goes straight up, and they are just, I mean, they're not going to wreck because the downforce created and the G-forces that, because you're going down this hill and then all of a sudden you hit the bottom and up. They're just massive, but these cars just look like and they're going like 180 through this S, and they're just made to take it, and it's just an amazing It's an amazing track, so check it out. I think it starts at probably 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Spa is the name of the Spa Francorchamps. That's the name of the track. It used to be much longer and much more dangerous. Still, this kind of racing is dangerous at those speeds, but you know, they've really tried to take a lot of the high-speed turns out, but that is one that has remained that is not. I don't think there's a lot of danger there, but heck, you just never know. But anyway, yeah. So we got week 3 of this that I'm going to get to at some point. I want to get ATBA back out again, ATBA soccer, and start doing that. So, yep. Jerry, take care. I apologize again for. I'm going to try to edit out the. Well, I don't know. As all of the stats and things. So maybe I'll just edit out the parts before I get to the stat sheet and everything. That's but I apologize for that. Sometimes this mute button that I have here isn't the best. Isn't my best friend. I try to mute it sometimes if I'm changing the phone around or moving it and stuff. But anyway, all right. Good night, guys. Thanks a lot, and keep having some fun with your tabletop games this weekend. If you got a chance to, get it out, roll it, and enjoy. Thanks a lot.